Hi, I'm Brian Rose.
I'm Michael McPherson.
Welcome to the Lion's Den.
Let's do it, mate. Good episode this week. We've got Dave Allen coming on, White Rhino. Just going to get straight into it because he's going to have a lot to say. And I'm really excited actually to see what he's like. I've met him at one of your fights, well, very, very briefly and stuff. And he's such a kind of, I don't know, like an honest kind of dark but still colourful character. I just want to get to know a bit more about him. So I'm excited about today.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. It'd be nice to see what he's like when you have a chat with him rather than just seeing him on social media or after his fight. So I'm excited about getting him on.
Should we do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go for it. It's Dave Allen.
How's things, Dave?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you, mate. Yeah, I these days I'm very busy because I retired as a boxer, became a trainer and a manager, and then I unretired. So now I'm a fighter, trainer, and manager. I look after myself. I've also got 8 other Dave Allens to train. None of them are as bad as me, luckily. Actually, one from Stevie Levy, she's worse than me. The other 7 are well behaved. They're not like me. I don't have to drag them out of mad places at mad hours. So it's not too hard work, but she's hard enough work for the other 7. So it's a stressful way of life, but I'm a lot happier now than I was at 21, 22, just boxing and just doing all sorts of madness because I had too much time on my hands. And I've not got enough time now, so I'm happier about it. Though it's stressful, but I've never been happier, to be honest.
You're looking like an absolute tank, mate. I've got to say, the training must be paying off. You're looking in really good shape there, pal.
I was thinking that, when I came on, I could see myself in the corner there.
Yeah, like you actually made me sort of just sit here and tense a little bit.
No,
I felt a bit like emasculated.
I'm the tank, but I've just got a baggy top on. That's
So
what happened is I retired, and so anyway, I'm becoming a manager and a trainer, right? And as a manager and trainer, I'm quite professional. This is mad, innit? But I'm professional, yeah. So anyway, I trained a professional kid, yeah. He's a young kid, I had him from 15, and so took him through the amateurs, and I got my amateur license, cornered him, took him all over, sparred everybody, fought everybody, turns pro, yeah. So I thought, right, I need a nutritionist. So anyway, I got a nutritionist on board, physio. They're all sponsored out of the fucking back teeth. You know what I mean? Some of them aren't even that much about yet, but they're all running about the Rhino kit on and that. So I like to do it properly. So anyway, I get this nutritionist on board, yeah. So anyways, I start to come back boxing. I've got a nutritionist now. Yeah, I don't follow it to the T, obviously, because that wouldn't be me, would it? But I follow it. I follow it a little bit. Started doing weight training for the first time ever, and I remember Jamie Moore's gym, and I've had 25 pro fights at the time. It was Jamie Moore's gym, and he's like, "What training were you doing before you came here?" So I tell him what I was doing, and he said, "Dave, you shouldn't even be able to do 1 3-minute round." Because I used, honest to God, you wouldn't believe the way I used to train for some fight. Well, I wouldn't train at all, and I'd just be doing this and whatever. And Jamie was like, "Mate, you shouldn't even be anywhere near a boxing ring, never mind fighting, like all the fights I was fighting." So now, obviously, I'm coming back, and everyone's like, "Oh, Dave, you shouldn't be coming back." But realistically, I'm more professional now than I was when I was actually fighting. Do you know what I mean? I'm only 29 anyway, but yeah, like I'm actually, I won't say I'm living life 100%, but I'm living it about 83%. It's crazy.
It's mad how you've only just got a nutritionist on board and you fought at such a high level. Really, it's mad.
When I boxed Luis Ortiz, I've been in the gym 3 times in probably 5 months.
Wow.
I've only been in the gym, and basically I had a gambling problem. So I'm in debt at the time, right? Yeah. And I thought, fucking hell, what am I going to do? I watched Luis Ortiz box Malik Scott, and I thought, I'll be that cunt. Anyway, I ring Eddie, I said, look, I said, Ed, I swear to you, I will do him. I said, what money are you talking? So anyway, got 15 grand, so I took 9 grand home, cleared all my gambling debts and that. But I literally trained, I had 3 gym sessions in 5 months.
Well, I watched that fight back today. I remember watching it at the time. I watched it back today just to get a recap. And there's like a great line in the first round where the commentator just goes, Dave's been training at Fitness First for this fight. And it's like ridiculous in the ring with like Luis Ortiz, all his Olympic pedigree, like a monster King Kong. And he's down Fitness First, just picking up a few weights. Crazy.
Well, I bought Dylan White. I went back to the Ingle gym, and I was sparring Amir Khan, Killer Khan. He's like Dom's second-hand man now. So anyway, I'm open sparring him. So 30 seconds goes by the first round, yeah. I start to get on top of him, about to fill him in. And Brendan goes, time. I said, Brendan, that's a 30-second round. He goes, time. It's all right. This happened about 6 times in a row. I'm about to fill him in every time. And he goes, time. Anyway, me being me at 24, obviously, I'd never speak to Brendan. So I said, all right, Brendan, that's fine, mate. I went to the changing room, packed my bag and left, and I never went back ever. So after that, for 5 months, literally, I can't even tell you what I was doing. Just ended up putting like 2 stone on, and just disappeared, really. Just disappeared, pulled out of a few fights, had a few problems going off. When I was 24, I'm different now at 29, a lot more mature at 29, but 24, I used to think it was the end of the world every time something didn't go my way. So I got the Ortiz fight. I sparred Dylan White once. I didn't work at fitness first. It was a little gym. I went on the treadmill once for 10 minutes. I was knackered. I got off. And I thought, 2 weeks at fight, I can't get any fitter now. What's the point in grafting now? We're only 2 weeks away. So I fucked it off. The day of the fight, and obviously I'm in KFC. It's too late on the day of the fight. I can't turn things around. So that one, I didn't prepare for that one, but all my fights, I could say like Leroy Thomas fight, I was in Yates at 4 o'clock. I'm dancing on the tables with all the fans and that, because I thought Leroy Thomas was shite. So I'm in Yates on the bar. So I've only got like 2 bottles of Coke in them, but I'm on the bar, me Commonwealth champion in 4 hours. And I'm in the ring at 7:20, 3 hours later. I've been on the bar, I was on the table 3 hours earlier. So I don't regret any of it, but obviously I'm coming back because I think, oh man, in 20 years' time, these stories won't be funny. I'll be really upset about it. So I need to come back and at least have a little bit of a crack at it properly.
Mate, when you're done, you need to write a book. Fucking hell, it's brilliant, that.
I think there's no one like you in boxing, Dave. It's just the realness of you and the things you get up to. It's just crazy. It's just crazy.
The stuff like, I remember the David Price fight. Today, which is obviously I was in the bar, yeah. I was in the bar. I went in a fucking bar. I had 2 sisters in the hotel room. So that's what it were. It weren't great. Do you know what I mean? It weren't great, but realistically, at 27, I'm over the moon with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got to use that thing. If Price would have beat me, that chance would never come back again. He did beat me, so I'm glad I took the opportunity that came. But obviously now I train and manage fighters now. I've got a sensible head on now, and I've realised you can't be doing stuff like that. Because when I boxed David Price the next day, obviously I've not trained for 7 weeks before, but I'll bollocks across that on top of it.
Yeah.
And I just thought everyone fucked about, and they don't, do they? They train properly and rest and do all the rest of it. But I just thought everyone would be the same as me, really, because I thought we're all lads, aren't we? Some of them take it serious. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, like you say, they are brilliant stories, but there is a serious side to boxing, and they say, don't they, you can't play boxing, so you have to dedicate your life to it, don't you? To otherwise you get hurt, and you're lucky enough to not be hurt. So if you dedicate yourself now, you'll go on and achieve.
Well, I started boxing at 18 years old. I'm my first amateur fight at 18 and a half. And obviously, you don't think you're going to do anything. And then in my first amateur season, I won the national boys clubs, got to the quarterfinal of the ABAs, and I got offered a place on the Great Britain squad. So I'm literally I thought, oh my, I couldn't believe it. Me, and I turned pro within 14 months of my first amateur fight. I offered a place on the GB squad, and I turned pro. So at that point, I already think I've made it, kind of thing. I just think, oh, I must be the best thing since sliced bread. And I ended up I put 3 stone on. I was the cruiserweight. I ended up being a 17 and a half, 18 stone fat lump, and just been downhill ever since. Because I remember turning pro and I was getting paid £200 a week, yeah. And before that, I was signing on at the job centre. So give me £200 a week. I thought I'd made it. I was splashing money everywhere, like KFC, £8 there. I'm not bothered. I got £200 a week. So
is that your favourite KFC?
Family buckets on Dave.
Yeah, I would just buying 12 packs of rainbow drops, my own bargains, like it were nothing every day. Do you know what I mean? I was not going training. I'm boxing these useless journeymen. I'm knocking them over, and you just think you're looking since sliced bread. And I'm only 20, 21. And I was brought up in council house. Never had a penny. So £200 a week to me were literally £1 million. And I had a gambling problem. Do you know what I mean? And so all these things rolled into one. The last 9 years have gone by in the blink of an eye, and I've achieved a lot. But at the same time, I do look back and I think, David, what have you done, really, kind of thing? Because I should have done a lot more, really.
Did no one ever put their arm around you, Dave, and say, "Look, listen, mate, you've got a bit of a talent here, and you're letting it pass you by. You need to kind of get your head on and do this properly," or are you someone who couldn't be told anything? You have to sort of realise it yourself.
Well, I got to 27, I got the Lucas Brown fight. I started training with Darren Barker. I started training with Darren, and he sat me down one day and he goes, "You know what? I didn't think you were very good, but he goes, you're actually quite good, aren't you?" And I said, "Well, I'm not." I said, "I must be all right." Anyway, so I beat Lucas Brown and trained for the prize fight. I'm in great shape the first couple of weeks. He said, David, I honestly think you're the best heavyweight in the world. If you can do what you do in the gym, in the ring, you're the best heavyweight in the world. And I said, Darren, stop talking bollocks. He said, honestly, you're brilliant, mate. He said, I can't believe it. And then I went to Jamie Moore's gym, and Jamie Moore said the same to me. He said, mate, I think you're humble. He said, you could be the best heavyweight in the world. And over the years, I've had loads of people say stuff like that to me.
Yeah.
But it's one thing saying, David, you could be the best heavyweight in the world, but it's like there's a massive hand and a but to these kind of comments of being one of the best heavyweights in the world. You got to be in the gym twice a day, 6 days a week. You got to eat well. Do you know what I mean? A lot of them are jabbing their ass with fucking all sorts of stuff. I'm not into that shit. So the thing with boxing is it's very hard, and I'm also, as well as being chronically lazy, I'm opinionated and I don't like certain things. So do you know what I mean? To get to the top of the world boxing right now, for me, I don't see. I gave up on being world champion a couple of years ago when I boxed Tony Oak and I boxed a few others, and I just thought, mate, for me to beat them, I've got to join them on an unfair playing field, and I've got no interest in it. So I come back now. I'm coming back to enjoy boxing and at a certain level, because whatever talent I've got as an athlete or whatever else, I don't have it in there to be a top level athlete. I don't have it, and that's completely fine, and I'm okay with that. But I can come back and win a British title. That's laid there. That's been the dream since I started boxing at 18, to win one of them. So I don't think I can be a world champion because I don't have what it takes, and I won't do what it takes to do it. But I can come back and enjoy it and show boxing the respect it deserves, and hopefully bring my box along with me.
That's why you're so likable, because you're so honest. You know your levels, and a lot of people talk shit, don't they? And they're not going to be world champion, but say they're going to be world champion. And I think it's good to have someone like you on that speaks real. It's class.
See, I take two things from that. I there's a part of me that's like, when I hear what you say there as a fan, there's the positive is like, you seem like you know exactly where you are now, and you know it's like you say, you're happy and you're going to enjoy your boxing, which I think is the most important thing. But with the talent you have got, to say that you can't be like those other fighters and dedicate yourself like those other fighters, I do find that a bit upsetting, because I feel like, you know, it's a small period of your life to dedicate it, and I wish you could, but I get that. You know yourself better than anyone else, so where you are is where you are.
Well, I think if world titles are won in the gym where there's only 3 people there, I beat most of them, because I'm great in the gym. I do some amazing things in the gym, and then I go into a fight and I go to the O2, packed out, and I just shit myself, and I think, I can't replicate what I do in the gym. Honestly, over the years, I've done stuff in the gym, and I thought, bloody hell, David, that's fantastic, and then I can't do it. I can't do it in the ring for real, and it was very frustrating for a long time, but over time I just learned to realise that's how it was, and I wasn't, you know, like Cristiano Ronaldo, he does it in training, he'll do it on the pitch. I do great things in the gym. It comes to do like going on the pitch, say if I was a footballer, just doesn't come together, and that's just my mental makeup. It's not there, you know. So people have said great things about me over the years and that, but it counts for nothing. It's like them racehorses that go up the gallops 100 miles an hour in the morning. But when they're on the race course for real in the big race, they don't perform. And that's me. My dad used to say all that morning glory, like on the gallops, you know, these great horses, but they don't perform on the night. And my dad always said, we don't know that, you're not fit. And I said, well, Dad, you know what? To be honest, I have all the ability in the world, but I always said that I wasn't big enough and I wasn't good enough. You know, other people said I could do great things, but I could feel it myself when I boxed some of them. I thought, I'm not big enough, I'm not good enough. And some of them I knew was on the tackle as well, which didn't help, but that is what it is. And if I had one thing that I was bitter over in my career, would be that I did box a lot of fighters that failed drug tests over the years, and that's the only thing I would ever be bitter about. And like you say, I'm an honest man, but I am bitter about drugs in boxing. That's the only thing I do get bitter about sometimes. People say, Dave Allen's punching Dave Allen's.
Yeah, I can't stand the cheats either, because it's not like you're cheating at a race, like you know, you're on a bike and someone's going to come first. We're talking about people's health, and you could seriously hurt someone and kill someone. That's what I hate about it, because people try and compare it to, say, the cycling in the Olympics. It's not the same, because you're punching someone and you could like hurt someone so bad. That's why I'd never cheat, and that's why I hate the drug cheats.
I remember being in Paris. I boxed Tony Yoka. So I boxed Tony Yoka. I get out of the ring and that. I've been stopped about a couple of minutes left of the fight, 10th round. I'm absolutely fucked. I feel really ill. So anyway, we Mick Marsden and John Murray. Anyway, we go to a bar in Paris. So after about 10 minutes, I just said to them both, I said, mate, I'm going to have to go back to the room. I feel dreadful. So I go back to the room. I'm up all night till 6, 7 o'clock because I'm thinking I didn't fit the room spinning. This eye's completely swollen shut. This one's not far behind it. So anyway, the next day I go back. I'm on the Eurostar because I won't fly. John and Mick have got the plane. I'm not getting on the plane because I don't do unnecessary flying because you just never know, dear. So anyway, I'm on the plane on the Eurostar. I can hardly see. I can't really see out to read right at this point. So I'm more or less blind in both eyes. My fucking head's out here. My forehead's swollen. My mouth's killing. Everything's here. And I've just been stopped. I'm getting shit on Twitter. Dave Allen's a fat bastard. Whatever else. I can handle that because I'm a fat bastard. So anyway, I'm on the Eurostar. Anyway, we get to the tunnel. There's a 5-hour delay because the tunnel's shut. So I'm thinking, fuck's sake, I just want to get home here. So it takes me about 9 hours to get from Paris to London. I get to London, I get the train to Doncaster, another 2.5 hours. The train's fucking rammed. I have to sit next to a radiator on the floor all the way back. So anyway, I'm down to my boxes on the train. I didn't give a fuck. I stunk. I know I stunk as well. Everyone's looking at me like I'm a fucking idiot, but I didn't give a fuck. So I couldn't see, my face is swollen. I'm in a pair of pants on the train. Everyone's looking at me. I stink a bit. I couldn't get a shower the night before, because I was scared I was going to die in the shower. So anyway, I finally get home Sunday. I'm home Sunday, 8, 9 p.m. I get home. So anyway, I get back in my flat, put all my stuff away. I'm on my own. My bird's fucked off. So I'm on my own in the thing, fucking hell. If I died tonight, I died tonight. I'm all right. I'm not really arsed. Wake up the next morning and the headlines are Tony Yoka fails drug ban, banned for 1 year. And I'm literally waking up, can't see fuck all. I'm fucked. And I wake up to that.
That's
and I remember, and I retired then. I did a bit. I retired. I not properly retired, but I literally just said, I'm fucking never boxing again.
Did you hear anything from like the officials come up to you as promoters and say like, this is not on, we're gonna,
You should be cancelled off your record.
Well, they said that. Someone got in touch. I'm not sure they got in touch. I can't remember now, but it was like, you can have a no contest, but we're going to have to take your purse, though. You don't get your purse or something. If it'll be a no contest. So I said, you know what, mate? I said, half the fucking boxing world's not going to get battered. Why am I going to give my money? Because I've got beat, I've lost. So anyway, he does his year ban and he comes back. And obviously, I went on, I boxed Nick Webb for a week after. I concussioned out my mind. I had 2 concussions. My eyes were swollen. Anyway, the phone rings. Do you want to fight Nick Webb? Yeah, I'll fight Nick Webb. Obviously, I knocked him out somehow. Fuck no. I didn't do it. I can't remember a thing in between. That 4 week in between. I never got out of bed for 4 weeks. I did 1 pad session in my mate's garden. That was it. Went downstairs to knocked him out, and I thought, oh fucking hell, I feel better now. And you know what? I still have bruises around my face and that from Yoka fight when I boxed Nick Webb. And people slag me off and that. But the thing is, with boxing, we get grief, yeah. But we're honest. We don't cheat. You know what I mean? And me, I'm coming out overweight and took the piss out a little bit, but I've never one time touched a performance-enhancing drug yet. And there's people out there praising all these fucking boxers, how great they are, what a great fighter he is, what a great boxer he is, or what a great role model. Are they a great fucking role model? Are they better than me? They're lower than me, I think.
Look at Canelo. He's the best pound for pound in the world. Everyone goes on about Canelo, but people forget that he's been banned. He's been banned, and what did he get? A year ban. Some boxers don't fight for a year. The ban is like, I mean, I've had 2 years out of the ring sometimes. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous how you can call him best pound for pound in the world when he's a cheat.
The hardest thing is now, as a manager, now I sit down with. I've had about 20 people come to me as a manager. Half of them were like journeymen. I said, you know what? I said, mate, manage yourself. I said, why on earth do you want someone taking your money off you? It ain't fucking hard to do it. So anyway, and the other half, the half that want to do something, I have to look at them in the eye and say, look, what do you want to do? I want to be world champion. And I say, well, if you want to be world champion, you have to shove fucking those needles in your ass. You have to do all this, mate. I said, that's the top and bottom of it, in my opinion. I've been around it. I know exactly what they're all doing. Do you know what I mean? I know what they're doing. It's disgusting, but I'm not fucking grass, for one, obviously. Yeah. But it's just disgusting. And obviously, I say it happy-go-lucky as anything. I'm the happiest man in the world. But stuff like that really gets to me. And we've been on about it for 10 minutes now, but I find it's a topic I struggle with because, like you said, that yoke coming back from Paris, that happens, and then the next day, and then you're involved in it, and I'm a manager, I'm a trainer, and you've got these young kids bringing them into boxing, knowing full well what a fucking cesspool it is and full of fucking scum. But again, it's a sport that we're loving it and we love doing it. And I love boxing, I love teaching boxing, I love boxing myself. But and this is why I prefer amateur boxing. This is why I train more. I train the kids at the amateur club, and I love it because it's a level playing field, and there's no money involved, and everyone just does it for the love of it. But obviously, I make a living fighting myself. So, like I said, the Yoka fight, you just have to do it and fight him sometimes. People always say, why are you fighting Lucas Brown? Because he failed a drug test. He wasn't about drug cheats. Because I'm making a fucking living. Even though, even though you have to go against what you believe in sometimes. But I don't like doing it. But
it's part of the No, mate, it's one of those things. There's not really much we can add to it. You're listening to it, and I totally get it. I totally get your frustration, and we're feeling it here. But we had Tony Bellew not so long ago, and we were talking about judges from the other side and dodgy judges' decisions and that kind of the crookedness of the game. And when you're sort of doing a podcast like this, there's only so much you can say because like where do you go with it? We could all sit here and talk about drugs, talk about cheats for ages, but it needs to be stamped out by people who are a lot more powerful than us. Really, that's the bottom line about it.
Yeah, of course, and there is world champions that have never touched drugs, and there is great fighters that have never done it. But I do think now we're into a time where it's fucking rife with it, and giving £6 out for pound number one ain't gonna fucking make it any better, and that's the top bottom of it. But anyway, yeah.
No, 100%, mate.
It's been great time in boxing, yeah. So.
Mate, I'm going to ask you with your comeback coming up now. You've been retired and had more comebacks than Frank Sinatra, but you're back now. You're in a good place. What are we going to see differently from Dave Allen this time around? Are you going to enjoy your fights? Where do you want to take it? And are you back for good now?
Well, I'm older now. When I was younger, I was just covered in doubt all the time. I was just doubting myself 24/7. I didn't believe I was good enough. I was scared of fighting, even boxing is genuine. I was terrified all the time. I never enjoyed boxing in my early 20s. I never enjoyed it because I was getting that 200 a week. If I lost that, I'd gone. Then what am I going to do? I was terrified. And then I had a gambling problem. Tried killing myself 2015 over the gambling, really. And at the time, I always said, I was suffering with depression, all this. But you know what? When I look back at it, I had a gambling problem, and that was the root of my depression and all the rest of it. Yeah. So, I had a gambling problem. I was Dave and David. In my early 20s, I weren't all there, to be honest. I was completely gone. I was 15 months out of boxing at one point. Didn't bark, tried committing suicide. I was fucking gone. I look back at it now at 29. I look back at the kid I were then. And at the time, I weren't seeing anyone. I didn't see anyone 15 months. I had left the house. I had a girlfriend at the time. She worked away. And Monday to Friday, I could go Monday to Friday without seeing anyone. I was about 22 stone. I wore a purple jumper with a big hole in it. I still got it. And all I wore was that. And I wouldn't answer the door. The food would be in the house. And I'd just eat shit. And my life was in turmoil. And then I came back and I boxed in the White Ortiz. But in between the White and Ortiz, I was still self-harming. And weren't cutting myself, and I smashed myself in the head with anything I could get in the house. I wouldn't train for months on end. I take fight because I was in debt again for gambling. I paid off, and then it was just a vicious circle. And things didn't really come together till I come back from the Yoka fight, and then beat Webb, Nebo, Bracamonte, and Brown. All of a sudden, got an house in Doncaster, only worth about 25 pence, but it's nice to have one. Do you know what I mean? So finally got myself a bit sorted out, and only really, I think, in the last 12 months have I really got myself on a straight and narrow, because people always used to say, he'll end up dead young him because he's just fucking a bit loose. But now I'm nearly 30. I've gone the other way. I'm boring as fuck, and I don't do anything. I'm into brothel for fucking youngs.
You're out doing walks now, mate. Big hikes and all that kind of stuff. This is the Dave Allen we want to see.
I don't even fucking go to the brothel or nothing anymore. I fucking don't do anything like that. Learn to fuck up. So I can't complain. I've never been a drinker. The only thing that saved me is I never drank in my life. I don't drink. I don't do drugs.
I was going to ask you that before. If are you a big drinker? But I've never seen you with a bottle of beer in your hand or anything.
My dad was a drinker and my dad's a fucking lunatic. So I realised that me, fuck that off. I don't need that shit. If I had a drink, I wouldn't be here now. So yeah, and I retired in November with Eddie because I was talking to Eddie and I was turning down fights I would never turn down before, you know. And I said, my bottle's gone. And he said, yeah, it has. I said, all right, Ed, I'm finished. And to be honest, I was getting offered fucking $8,000 for 10 rounds on Sky. And I said, mate, I thought you're taking the fucking piss out of me now. And so I retired. And I retired really because I had corona at the time. I weren't getting my own way. And I just thought, not fuck Eddie and fuck Matchroom because they've been good to me, but just like, fuck you, I can't be fucking bothered anymore. Because I've not been getting paid what I should have been getting paid. I bought sorties for fucking $9,000.
That's disgraceful, that.
Yeah, so, and I thought, you know what, mate, I've fucking got a few quid now where I don't fucking need this anymore. I can fuck off and do something else. So, but the last few months and that, I've really got my life together. You know, I've not self-harmed for fucking, my haircut at the minute's not bad, like, but it ain't bald. I've not hit myself, I've not done anything. I've not been gambling, not been fucking about. And that's when I thought, you know what, the kids and man thought, you know what, fuck it, let's come back. I'm doing 4 rounds in 2 weeks. I'm doing 4 weeks with some fucking useless fella. If I get beat there, I'll never leave the house again. But
if you win the fight, have you got the Babic fight?
The Babic fight, I think will happen. I texted him on Saturday. I watched him box and I thought, you're not bad, mate, but I beat him a piece of piss. I think I beat him easy.
You're too big for him, in my opinion. I think you just.
I'm watching him, and I'm thinking, I can box a bit if I want to. And I thought, I'm going to put a jab in your face. You're going to walk onto something. You can't walk onto me all night. Because the people who boxing, no offense to them, but I think they're a few levels down from me. Whatever level you might think I am, I think I'm a few levels above what has been boxing because I can actually box a little bit. I can actually make someone miss, and all he needs is someone to make him miss. So I spoke to Eddie, and Eddie was like, look, we'll talk after you box. So I said, don't worry about that. I said, we will, because I do fill his inbox up a bit like. So I said, don't worry about that. I said, I'll be back. So I think Babic's will happen in November, December. Yeah, I think it will happen. Yeah, and I've got a bit between my teeth. And if I am shot to pieces, like everyone seems to think I'll get beat. But if I'm not, I'll fucking beat him. Simple as that, innit? And that's what people are paid to find out. So we'll see.
I think you will, and I think the acceptance of like you sitting here and being open and going, I don't perform as well in the ring as I do in the gym, and I bottle it a bit, to speak bluntly. I think that acceptance might be the thing that actually allows you to follow through and fulfill your talent, because a lot of the time it's expectation that destroys us, and the fact you can sit there and go, you know what, I might fucking bottle it, I might not perform, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I think that will be the thing that actually makes you perform.
It's like you've got fuck all to lose, isn't it? Like, it's like, what's the worst that can happen?
Everyone thinks I'm shot to pieces and punch drunk and all the rest of it. Everyone thinks Babbitt will destroy me. But all my life, whether I was running, I was playing football, I was boxing, my dad would be like, you're going to be the best at this, you're going to be the best at that. And it was the pressure of my old man more what killed me more than anything else. Because I tried a few fights on telly and I'm like, fucking hell, Dave Allen, shit. I boxed Louis Ortiz after 10 amateur fights and 10 pro fights. And people talk about certain, like Conor Ben's had 26 amateur fights, about 17 pro fights to beat Vargas, yeah. Like Conor Ben, he's good. That's 43 fights combined, yeah. I had 20 fights combined, 19 combined when I boxed Dylan White after 19 fights, amateur and pro. No one doing that. And I took him 10 rounds. And people said, Dave Allen's shite. Well, find me a kid who can do 10 amateur fights and 9 4-rounders and go 10 rounds with Dylan White and 7 with Ortiz without training. It doesn't happen. So I know I'm good. But the thing is, at this point, can I beat Alan Babic and all the rest of it? But I don't know. The honest answer is I don't know, because I might be shot to pieces, to be honest. I might be. I'm not 100% sure myself. So, obviously, that's why I'm boxing in a couple of weeks, innit? And we'll find out. And obviously, I've got a little bit of sparring in that. But I honestly do not know. I don't know. I'm excited to find out.
Stay out of B&M. Stay off the rainbow mix. And
stay away from KFC.
Get training. Stay away from KFC. You'll be laughing.
I've been training well, and obviously for this fight, this comeback fight, the place is going to be a sellout. Obviously, I only sell tickets online, and I got fucking loads of tickets, and they all went from people I don't even know them. I don't know any of them personally. I sold about 12 tickets to people I know, so I haven't got any fucking mates, but people I don't know like me, so it's brilliant. So yeah, I've been training and And as a young kid, I didn't realise people coming to pay and watch me. Like, I should probably train, really, shouldn't I? So they can come and see the best of me. And obviously, my problem were I never thought, because I've always been a nice kid with the best intentions. I didn't often think about some of my actions weren't the best, even though I weren't meaning to be bad. I could do bad without meaning to. That might make no sense. It makes sense to me.
No, it does make sense.
It does.
Dave, before we finish with some light-hearted questions, I want to tell a little story which I kind of always liked you for this reason and from a different level. Obviously, as a fan, liked watching the boxing ring, but you was at Brian's fight with Anthony Fowler, and you turned up, you were sitting next to Eddie Hearn, and Eddie had his full three-piece suit on, all sort of done up to the nines, and you come in with like a sort of Berghaus or an Elise kind of waterproof jacket, some glasses, some tracksuit bottoms, messy hair, and you just sat down next to them, and you just looked, to be honest, you looked uncomfortable, and you kind of faded into the background. You left early, and as you were leaving, you stopped and had loads of photos with a load of people, and were chatting to a load of like random people, just like you are now on the way out. And I was watching all this, and I was thinking, that bloke is a decent, honest bloke, and he's actually a little bit troubled, but that's why he's likable. That's why he's so likable. So, yeah, I think you've got that likability about you, mate. Everyone wants to see you do well, and I hope you're in like a really good place for this fight, and I hope you sort of fulfill that potential, because I think you can do it. I
appreciate that, mate. Yeah, I remember that night very well. I got a champion tracksuit off champion from the prize fight. They never fucking heard from me when I got beat. But anyway, I'm not bitter about things, don't I? And there's specs in it. I had to wear glasses, but I thought some off after 2 months, everyone will bully me. Anyway,
I don't believe that for a second.
I was getting some right beef. But I was, I've always been like that, but I was at the Newcastle show, security like having to move me in that because I pitched with everyone, and people with boxers, I never understand why you would not, you know. I spend all day on my phone and Instagram sending happy birthday messages. I call at least 3 people twice every day because people say, "Oh, we come, mate, twice." I'm like, yeah, go on then. One day I'm going to get filled in by somebody because I said it to the wrong person. But it don't cost anything, does it, to be polite and that.
Yeah.
And I've always been very, like I said, probably troubled. I'd like to think less so now. Obviously, a little bit, but no one knows about it because I keep it inside now. You know what I mean? I used to spew it out, but now it's like
it's the haircut that gives it away.
They weren't coming from a bad place. I was sick of my hair being so long, and I was wanted to cut the sides, and it went wrong. But I just think I never do anything about it. Every action I ever make in life is with good intentions. Yep. And I was younger, I was upset about people not liking me, but now I think if you don't like me, then go fuck yourself. Because 999 times out of 1,000, I fucking bat at you anyway, so I'm not interested.
Very true, very true. Before we go into these questions, I've got to pull you on one thing, because you say you answer every message on Instagram. When I actually sent you a message on Instagram, you put something out there and you said, "I'm looking for work, I'm retired now. Anyone who's got any jobs for me or offers for me, give me a message." And I've got a business doing audience with and special evenings and events with kind of sports stars. And I sent you a message going, "Do you know what, mate? I think you've got a great story to tell. I would love to do some evening whiz with you. Get in touch with me. Here's my details." And you blanked me. I'm the only person you've ever blanked on Instagram.
I get asked to do evening whiz all the time, but I didn't even win a fucking area title. What the fuck am I going to do one of them for? I'm not doing that. I can't do it. I get asked all the time, "Oh, Dave, we do this." And I'm like, "Hey, I can't do it. What the fuck do I want to do? I can do an Instagram live if you want to ask me a question." Do you know what I mean? I can't charge people. I didn't win a fucking British Masters. I can't sit here and do an evening with. It's ridiculous.
I'd get you more for an evening with than you got for the Lewis Ortiz fight.
Well, give me a ring then.
Now he's answering the messages. Right, we're going to do these random questions. We've not thought about these at all. I've thought about a couple. Brian hasn't thought about any, so there might be.
Mine won't be as many as his.
Well, it's going to be 6 each. It's 12 random
questions.
Yeah,
mate, I won't have 6.
I'm going to start off by saying, how old does Lewis Ortiz look in person?
Well, Lewis Ortiz, I thought I was going to beat him, and then that's a funny story as well. I've got loads of funny stories. We were on the way to a public workout, and I was in a car crash. And I broke my nose. 3 days before Ortiz fight, I broke my nose in a car crash. That's a true story. And I missed the public workout. But obviously, I said to McPherson, I said, "My nose is killing me. Shut it, you silly bastard. You're fighting in 3 days." So I just got on with it anyway. And it hurt a bit. But obviously, I'm not one to cry about stuff. But anyway, he was a scary man. He was scary when I saw him, and he was intimidating. He was one of them, you know, like your dad. You got to respect him, aren't you? You know what I mean? People always say Luis Ortiz like 16, and I'm like, actually, mate, he's 43 because if he beat me up at 60, it'd be embarrassing, wouldn't it? So I always play it down. I'm like, oh, mate, you were like 37 at the time, but he probably won near the 50, yeah. But he was some fighter. He was incredible.
No, he's scary, man. Brian, your question, pal?
Are you and Stevie an item?
No, me and Stevie aren't an item. Obviously, I've got a bed, but obviously the question that everyone wants to know is, of course I have, yeah, but a while ago.
All right, okay. That's what I wanted to say it in a nicer way, but yeah.
me and Stevie are the just great friends, you know.
Good stuff. Oh, number 3. I'm going to say you sparred with a lot of people. The video that you put out of you and Usyk sparring was a bit of a shocking one at the time. Who's the best person you've sparred with? Who's the most talented fighter out there?
I'd go Tyson Fury 1.
Yeah.
Vladimir Klitschko 2. Usyk 3. Joshua 4. And Joe Joyce 5. I think they'd be top 5. Tyson Fury and Usyk were unbelievable. Like, but Vlad Klitschko was. I think because I was only 21 at the time. I was like 21 stone when I went over there. I was a morbidly obese, couldn't even move. It sent me home quick time. But he was incredible. He was incredible, and I think I was in awe of him. I was scared of him. Well, I did a round and I was absolutely bollocks because I was scared of him. But he never even hit me anyway, because I just fucking ran away. But it was good.
you know that this is not another question, by the way. This is elaborating on a question. The video you posted of Usyk, did he actually knock you out while standing? Or did he actually send you home with that one, or was that you just playing up to that as a bit of a story?
It was the last bar. I'd done 6 spars with him, and on that last, this is no bullshit. I won the first 3 rounds of the spar. I was doing alley shuffles, yeah. I was wheeling back and throwing jabs at him. Anyway, he's smirking at me. What the fuck's he smirking at? I'm fucking beating the piss out of you. So anyway, I'm doing all sorts of mad shit, yeah. And then with about 20 seconds left, I go for a little random walk, all cocky and that, and he hits me, yeah. And I can remember kind of taking like a false step. And then the next thing I remember, I'm in my pants packing my bag, and I thought, what the fuck's happened here? So I was in the first 4 rounds, and then by the time I'm packing my bag, he's on the 12th round, and the fellas, like, they're just finishing the last round. I thought, where the fuck's the last half an hour gone, yeah? But no one in there speaking in English. So I've gone over to the fella and I've gone, what's happened? And he goes, no, it's all right. And I thought, what the fuck do you mean it's all right? I thought, no, what's happened? And he goes, no, you're fine. I said, no, I'm fine, but what's happened? Because at this point, I remember my legs, I remember one of my legs like doing a weird thing, but I thought, something's happened here because I can't remember the last half an hour. Anyway, I said, show me the video. So anyway, showed me the video, he's hit me, and obviously you can hear me snoring on the video. So I'm knocked out, stood up, he's hit me, I'm snoring. Well, I finished the last 30 seconds of the round off. Anyway, I finished the round off. Obviously, he went steady with the last 30 seconds, so I'm snoring my head off while I'm boxing away. Got to the end of the round, and as soon as the round's finished, I've walked out of the ring, and I've sat down for half an hour, and I'm just unconscious, but obviously just I'm undressed. I guess I've undressed myself. I hope I did.
You don't know what goes on over there, mate.
Yeah, so it was mad, but yeah, he did knock me out, obviously, but he didn't fucking finish me, did he? Got to the end of the round. Technically, 10-8 round, but I've won the first 3. And I said to him, send me the video of the spy, yeah? Send me the last 30 seconds for it, yeah? I'm not sending me the first 3.5, yeah? I'm not sending me the first 3.5. Him, he knows I've heard as well, but he was fucking brilliant, and he was a proper gent as well. He was a lovely fella. I'd be lying if I said I enjoyed it there, because Ukraine were fucking horrible, but I had a great time. With him.
Yeah. Your question, mate.
So you don't have to tell us how much, but what fight did you get paid the most? You don't have to tell us figures, but just what fight?
The most was David Price.
Yeah.
Up until I boxed Lucas Brown, and the most I'd made out of a fight was 25 grand. Mm-hmm. Well, the most I took home were probably 20 grand. And I boxed Yoka, I boxed Ortiz, I boxed White, boxed the Commonwealth title twice, won some pay-per-view. And the highest purse, I think the most I took home were like 21 grand for Yoka before then. I'm taking home 12 grand for Commonwealth title fights in arenas and stadiums on pay-per-view, and 9 grand taking home for Ortiz. And
it's nuts that, you know, for my British side, I was getting like 25s a defence, 25. I just, mate, you're a bigger draw than me. It's mad.
By the end of it, by the time I'm boxing Leroy Thomas at Sheffield Arena, I'm boxing at 7:30, and there's 8,000 people in the arena. There's more people in there at 7:30 watching me and Thomas than there is at the end of the night for Kell Brook. And they're facts. They were fucking rammed. And I got in the ring after the Leroy Thomas fight, the rematch, and Eddie looked at me and said, "Wow!" And I thought, "Fucking wow, he's right." My legs were buckling like fuck. And obviously the cut happened, but the fact that I was making a 20 grand purse for that, when I knew that half the arena were there for me, and in the end, that's why I retired. Really, I ended up getting. I made up for it with Brown and Price. I ended up getting a lot of money for them, but by that point, people who say, "Oh, why is Dave Allen on pay-per-view?" The facts are on pay-per-view because more people were paying to watch me than they were paying to watch the rest.
Yeah.
Whether that's because they thought I was a good boxer or whether they thought I was one of them, it makes no odds, and that's how I should have been getting paid. But eventually, I think Eddie made up for it. But yeah, the prize fight was the most, and it was good money. But if I wanted to beat Lucas, if I'd have retired after Yokem, I wouldn't have even made 80 grand, and I boxed 3 of the top 10 fighters in the world. So that's boxing for you, isn't it?
Shocks me, that, honestly. Shocks me.
I'm gonna make this a 6-rounder because his answers are so good. He kind of like answers 5 questions with one question.
Yeah, it does. He's nicked a couple
talker.
off me. Well, that's my excuse anyway.
If you're an interesting character, that's without a shadow of a doubt. If the Last Supper was at Dave Allen's house, the White Rhino's Last Supper, and you can invite 4 guests, dead or alive, who you invited to this party?
Well, I'm not a big fan of people in my house. I don't like people in my house, to be honest. I'm a bit funny about it, me.
All right, you've taken him out to a restaurant.
All right, I'll take him out, yeah.
KFC.
You know, even as a kid, yeah, I've never really been one. I don't really have heroes. I don't really look up to anybody. You know, I don't look at anyone else in the world and think I'd like to be you. I come home, yeah. I'm sat on my sofa now. I've got my mattress over there. So I get off my sofa straight into my mattress. I only live in one room, really. You know what I mean? I only live in one room in my house. I'm not interested by what other people. I couldn't give a fuck what anyone's doing. You know, like my fucking Birdo mates could be seeing what so-and-so is doing. I said, what the fuck do I give a fuck what he's doing for? I said, has he got to do with me? I said, he's talking about me. No, well, what do I care for? I don't give a fuck what he's doing. It doesn't affect me. Does it affect you? No, stop worrying about it then. Do you know what I mean? So I don't really care. But if I had to pick some, I loved Roy Keane as a kid.
Yeah.
Tony McCoy, the jockey. So them 2 can come. Lisa Rand can come round. Good choice. I know, yeah, you agree. Good choice. Probably them 3 and fucking that's it. But you know what? I talk to the lads I train all the time, and they always talk bollocks to me. And I said, mate, what he or she is doing with their life is not helping you, mate. Stop. Like, I don't tell them after their life, but I said, mate, who gives a fuck what they're doing? I said, does it bother? Are you going to get anything out of what they're doing? No. Stop worrying about it then. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's miserable. The older I get, I think, mate, I said, come on. Like, if you want to watch stuff and say, I used to watch Emmerdale for years, yeah, so I can't talk about Love Island and that. I used to watch Emmerdale, but it's like, at this point in my life now, if it doesn't affect me or the people around me, then I don't give a fuck about it. So people are saying, who's going to win this fight? I don't give a fuck. Why do I care? Like Joshua and Fury, I knew Tyson and he was my mate once upon a time. Who's going to win? I said, I don't give a fuck. So well, I can't change. How can I change? What do you mean? What do you mean? Because I want him to win. The fuck what I think. People always ask me opinion on stuff. I say, oh, why? What do I know? I don't fucking know. I don't care either. And that's not me being miserable or not liking him.
Yeah.
It's just I don't give a fuck. If they're going to fight in Wembley or Saudi Arabia, I don't know. You're going to give me some of the fucking gate. I'm not bothered. What difference it makes to me? It does sound miserable, but if more people have the same mindset, you'd be doing more shit. I used to care about other people's business, and I used to get fuck all done. I don't care what anyone's doing now apart from me, and I've only got only the people. I don't have any friends. People that I train and manage and that. I don't care if you're not any of them 8 people. I'm not really bothered what you're doing, to be honest. And people might say, Dave, you're miserable. And I'll say, I'm not bothered what you think. I've not just listened to the last 10 minutes of this stuff. I don't give a fuck what you think. Get on with your life.
I don't think you're miserable. I just wish I'd have answered a different question.
You know what? That I as I get older now, I read things, I watch things, but I only watch things that I think I can learn something from, because I just feel I think the older you get, I think you realise the more time you wasted doing stuff. I wasted so much time. I used to watch fucking Emmerdale, Coronation Street. All
so you're not
into
Love Island then, no?
Do I fuck watch it? Last time I watched Tommy one since, and you know what? I used to love it when it was on. But as I got older, I've wasted so much time. I used to sit in the brothel from 7 a.m. till about 3 a.m. 7 p.m. till 3 a.m.
I was going to say 7 a.m. mate. You got some stamina for that. Should have took that into the ring.
I used to lie and say I'm only there for the free coffee and paper and that. But I'd sit there for that 8 hours. That's 8 hours I could have been home doing other shit. Do you know what I mean? I had to pay a tenner to get in. So even if I weren't doing nothing, I still fucking paid a tenner. Oh. Do you know what I mean? So really, the coffee didn't work out cheap. Really would have at home anyway, would it? If you think about it, by the time I paid a tenner. Do you know what I mean? So
Dave,
I kick myself over wasted time all the time.
Dave's absolutely superb, mate. I've got to go and explain to Brian who Lisa Ann is now.
Yeah, listen, that was only a 5-rounder, by the way. We've not even got to 6.
He's pretended it was a
5-rounder, that.
It was enough. He done well.
Yeah, he stopped the kid in the 5th.
He stopped it. He's won.
I can answer anything. I just answer anything. It's just, you know, the older you get, you don't give a fuck there. You lose all your inhibitions are gone. I'm not bothered what anyone thinks about me. And that other thing that used to hold me back all the time. So I used to be worried all the time. What are they going to think if I say this? And I think I don't give a fuck what you think, because I realised over time you're not gonna pay my mortgage, or you're not gonna come and do this. You're not gonna do that. So why do I care what you do?
It's a fair point, mate.
Isn't it?
Well, we were talking about heroes before, mate. You are now my hero.
No, well, you know what? I just think I watched a lot of TV, and I don't want to upset anyone. I never want to upset anyone ever. I hate to upset people. I never will. I don't go out my way to ever upset anyone, even though I do quite a lot, because I'm quite honest. I'm very honest with people, so I upset a lot of people with my ways, but I never mean to. I never mean to upset anyone. So, I am what I am, and I often apologise for how I am, because I am very abrupt and very straight. But I don't mean to hurt or upset anyone or whatever else. But we can't help what we are, can we? Do you know what I mean? We can't.
No, mate. What you are is a good, honest person. I know you say you're abrupt and stuff, but it comes across with a sincereness and an honesty, which I think is why you're so relatable and why everyone likes to watch you fight. And we'll look forward to watching you fight. Is it 4 weeks' time, Dave?
It is. What day is it today? It's 2 weeks on Friday. I've got an opponent now. It's an Italian fella.
Yeah.
He's won 7 out of 20. But I don't think people expect me to box anyone any good, and he's not very good. But I need to get some rounds in, you know, and I'd like to knock him out as well. Nice, wasn't it? So
yeah, we'd like to see that.
It is, but I'm not a bullshit to me. Like, I can't sit here and say he's any good because he's fucking shite. But do you know what I mean? Obviously, people are coming to watch me knock somebody out, aren't they? And that's what they'll get. I hope. So.
No, mate, I love that. Well, good luck for that. I hope you get a bigger fight after that, and I hope you train hard, stay happy, and as I said before, fulfill that potential, mate. Thanks for coming on. And
mate, thanks so much for your time, and thanks for being so honest as well, because it's made the episode. It's brilliant. So thanks so much for being honest, mate. We appreciate it.
You know what? In the era of honesty, I'm going to be honest. Dave's the best person we've had on.
I don't want to say that because it'll upset the others, but I do.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate. Honestly.
That's quality, mate. It was quality. And we'll hope to have you again soon, pal.
Right, nice one. Thank you very much.
I'll answer your messages so I can get you the evening whivs. Forget Luis Ortiz.
Me and Brian will do it together. If Brian does it, I'll do it with him.
Well, I'll sit on the top table with you because I need to get used to that speaking stuff. But yeah, I'll do it with you.
Me and Brian will do it together. Get me up to, is it Winter Gardens? Is that what it is up there?
Yeah, Winter Gardens. I can get Winter Gardens.
But Brian's got a big event October the 9th.
Yeah, evening with. You can come if you want as a guest.
Just whatever you want me to do, yeah. Just ask me, and if I can do it, I'll be there.
Right, I appreciate that, mate.
Top man, Dave.
Thanks, pal.
Cheers, pal.
Cheers. Thank you.
Bye.
Mate, how good was that?
Unbelievable. We said the best yet, didn't we?
Yeah, 100%. I don't want to offend anyone else that we've had on because, obviously they've all been great, but that was just, like, I've got to be honest, if when you listen to this, it comes across as cutting him off short or anything like that, and we only did 5 rounds of the 12, it's because I was conscious of having him on for so long and taking up so much of his time, because you could have listened to him for hours. He's such a unique character. He's like I said before, he's kind of like dark but colourful, and he seems like he is a bit troubled and a bit messed up, but then he also has seems to have great clarity on everything as well.
Like, he's so sincere, and you know what, I loved his honesty. There's so many boxers out there that hide away and, you know, don't be the real them. I try and be as real as I can, but he takes being real to a different level. You know, he's so honest about himself, so honest about other people, but apologises at the same time for upsetting anyone.
Exactly. That's the thing. He's a contradiction, right? And I can relate to so many things he said, but he's a contradiction of himself, because he'll kind of go, oh yeah, I'm not worried about upsetting everyone. I'll just tell how it is. People might sound rude, and then he'll go, you know, if I'm a prick, I'm sorry. It's
almost like he can't help it.
Yeah, but I think he is aware. I think he is very self-aware, and I think he is self-conscious, and I think he's sort of going out of his way to maybe prove that he isn't. But I could be wrong. I still can't make out who he is from that. All I know is he's a good bloke. You could listen to him for hours, and I hope he come and does those evening whips.
Yeah, well, I was a fan before, but I'm a huge fan now, and I want him to go on and achieve. You know, if he can show a little bit of dedication that he's not shown in the past, then, you know, like he said, he'll go on and achieve. So I'd love to see him do it, you know, with his next fight, get that fight with Babic, and then knock Babic out. And, you know, I'm a proper fan now. I want him to do really well.
Yeah, someone's got to get their arm around him and say to him, listen, you're 29 years old, you've got all the talent in the world, there's still time, let's do it right. Let's, you know, and also have the kind of intelligence to keep him infused every day, and to keep him focused, and to keep him going, because, you know, he owes that to himself to give it one proper try.
Of course, and also get paid the right money for the fights. You know, if he's involved in another big night and, you know, a pay-per-view fight, then he should be getting what he deserves. You know, boxers putting their life on the line, and for me, if you're putting your life on the line, you should be getting paid the right money.
£9,000 to fight Luis Ortiz.
Unbelievable. It shocked me. It's madness.
It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely. I mean, you couldn't pay me 50 grand to get punched in the face by Luis Ortiz.
Well, I'd take that now.
Yeah, saying that, I would as well. I'd actually probably pay some money to fight Luis Ortiz just for the fun of it.
I'd fight anyone for 50 grand.
Let's make it happen. Rose Ortiz. Guys, thanks for listening. That was a great one. Seriously, still, you know, reeling off that. It was absolutely brilliant. Thanks, Dave Allen. And we hope to get you back in soon, mate, after you've won a couple of fights.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. And honestly, make sure you listen to this one. So it's a great watch. It's a great listen. Thank you.